back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So I am literally so excited for today's video because we are going over the M Cosmetics Heirloom collection. They released two new limited edition Heaven's Glow Radiant Veil blushes. The two shades are Cherub and Persimmon, and I'm just obsessed with these two blushes. As you guys know, I absolutely love the Heaven's Glow blushes, one of my favorite products from M Cosmetics. And as you can tell, I kind of went all out with my looks today, so I was just so inspired by it. And what's also very exciting is that today's video is sponsored by M Cosmetics. It really does feel like a full circle moment for me. It's just so crazy, and I have you guys to thank for supporting my channel. I really would not get these opportunities. It just feels so surreal. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you two looks, one look with each of the blushes, and I'm so excited to share the looks with you. These two looks probably have to be my favorite looks I've ever done. So that is just how inspired I was by this collection. So again, a big thank you to M Cosmetics for sponsoring today's video, and let's go ahead and hop right into it. So here are the limited edition Heaven's Glow Radiant Veil blushes. We have two shades here. They both go for $34 US. It is a limited edition and it also comes in a limited edition packaging. You can see the outer package is just so dreamy, as well as the outer packaging of the blush. It's in a pale yellow compact, and you have the little baby angel on the M Cosmetics logo on a cloud. It's super cute. Have two shades. The first shade is Cherub, which is a soft warm baby pink, and then we have Persimmon, which is more of a vibrant orange shade. Both of the shades are really beautiful. So these did actually launch back in March, but they sold out really quickly, and they will be restocking. These are limited editions, so I'm not sure how many restocks they will have, so grab it while you can. So if you guys are not familiar with the Heaven's Glow blushes, I would describe them to be a mix between a blush and a highlighter. The formula is super unique. I really have not tried anything similar to this. It really is one of a kind. It is in a baked formula, so the glow that it gives to your skin is so luminous, but it doesn't enhance texture. It almost is quite blurring, and whenever I put any of the Heaven's Glow blushes on, I always feel like my skin, my makeup just looks completed. It really is just a beautiful formula. Although it is luminous, there is no like chunky glitters in there. It just makes your skin look so radiant and sun-kissed. It's such a stunning formula. These are vegan and also cruelty-free and gluten-free, and there are no PFOs or PFAs as well. So that was just a quick little breakdown on the blushes. Let's go ahead and start with my first look. So for the first look, I'm using the shade Cherub, and I went for a monochromatic look. Well, for both looks I went for monochromatic looks, but we have a really bright, youthful monochromatic pink look to match with the blush. So taking the Magic Hour Divine Skies eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be using this shade here called Sunset, and I'm just going to wash this all over my lid. This is just going to be the base color for our eye look. This is a really nice soft peachy pink, and it's going to pair perfectly with the Cherub blush that we are going to use a little later. And just taking that same Sunset shade, and we're gonna run this all over the lower lash. Again, just really smoking and blowing this out. Now taking a bit of this shade here called Phoenix. This is just slightly darker than Sunset, so it is going to give us just a slight definition right at this outer corner point. I'm also just going to take that a little bit at the outer corner on my lower lash line. Again, just really just using circular motions, getting this blended out. And now taking the star of the show, we are using the Cherub Heaven's Glow Radiant Veil blush. I'm just going to take a bit of this on a stippling brush, and I'm going to apply this right where I would usually apply my highlighter. And this formula is really buildable, which is great because it's good for beginners, and you can really control how much product you want. So if you want something quite intense like I have going on today, you can really start building that up. But if you want just something soft, nice and natural, you can also achieve that with this formula. And you guys know I love the Heaven's Glow blushes, and I would say it's almost like a hybrid between a blush and a highlight, because as you can see, it is very, very luminous, but it has that pigment like a blush. So I'm just switching up my brush now more to a blush brush to really pack it on here. And I'm placing it like right on top of my cheekbone. This is going to give us a lifted look, but I'm going to like sweep it into my eyes. This is going to just give the eyes a little bit of shimmer. And if you want to use this as eyeshadow, it's going to look very satin on the eyes, which is so pretty. And I just love this placement. I think it looks very youthful and it's perfect for the springtime. You can see how gradually I've built that up to get this beautiful pink. Like when I look straight, you see a lot of that pink pigment, but when I turn, you just see that luminous glow. So you don't need to go in with further highlight if you don't want to. You obviously can, but I think for me this is great and it just looks like your skin. I'm going to just take that all over my lid. You know what I mean? Like getting that diffused look. And while we're here, I'm just going to put a little bit on my nose as well, again, because it can also highlight. But I always just like to put a bit of blush on my nose. It just, I don't know, something about it. We are not even done with the eye look, but I just feel like my face is brightened. This shade is just so pretty. So to just go back on the eyes, I'm gonna take the Cosmic Pearl eyeshadow in the shade Venus. Love this formula as well. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and I'm just going to dab it at the center of my eyes. So these Cosmic Pearl eyeshadows are really pigmented, so you don't need a lot. I kind of just want to enhance that shimmer and satinness on my eyes that we got from the blush, just ever so slightly. So just using my finger to dab that out. So I place it at the center first because that's where the light catches, and wherever your finger touches is where the most pigment is going to go first. So just going back into the Magic Hour palette, I'm taking this shade here called Magic Hour and a little bit of this one called Heavenly, and I'm going to focus this right at the inner third of my eyes on my lower lash line. I always just like to highlight this inner region and then a little bit in my inner corners as well. Now using the In Cosmetics Illustrative Brush Tip Eyeliner, I'm using the brown shade. I'm just going to line my lash line. I am going to wear falsies today, and I always just need my lash line to be defined so the lashes can blend in a little bit better. But I will be taking the Rodin Divine Skies eyeshadow palette and taking this darker brown here. It's called Sculpt. On an angle brush, I'm going to diffuse that lash line out a little bit and make it a little bit darker. Because this look is very diffuse and blown out, I think just lining the eyes with a liquid liner can be a little too harsh. So I always like to just smoke this out. And then just using a thinner brush and that same Sculpt eyeshadow, I'll use that for my little wing. Now I'm just gonna give my lashes a good curl. I'll be using the M Cosmetics Pick Me Up mascara. And then to just finish off the eye look, I'm popping on my false lashes. And now for the lips, I'm taking the M Cosmetics Lip Cloud Liquid Lipstick in the shade Magic Hour. This is one of my favorite shades and I think it will match the look really well. But I just like to apply a little bit and then like blot it out with my finger. So here we have the final look using the Cherub Heaven's Glow Radiant Veil Blush. It just gives me a lot of spring vibes. I think my cheeks literally pop and my skin just looks youthful. Even though I'm not having a great skin day, I think this blush doesn't enhance any of those textures that I'm concerned about, and I think it just gives my skin a really healthy glow, and I just love how the final look turned out. So I hope you guys like it too. And here we have the second look using the Heaven's Glow blush in the shade Persimmon, which is the bright orange. And as you can see, I did another monochromatic look using this blush. I love the warm tones. I think it's also perfect for spring, so depending on your mood, you have two beautiful options. So let's hop into the look. So to start off, I'm taking the Divine Skies eyeshadow palette in Faded Clementine, and I'm going to be taking this shade up here, which is also called Faded Clementine. And I'm just going to work that all over my lid. As you can see off the bat that this is quite a vibrant orange, but we are going to just diffuse this out slowly and it's going to look a little softer. So we're just going to be using windshield wiping motions to get this blended all the way up I want this to be very blown out, very diffused. I'm also gonna run that onto my lower lash line as well. Again, from the outer corner right to the inner corner. And then at this outer corner point, I'm making sure I'm just merging the shadows together. And I always just like to take a really big fluffy blending brush and just go over the edges. Now taking this shade here called Eden. I'm only taking a little bit on my brush because it is quite dark and I only just want a little bit of this at my outer corners, mainly just along this lash line because I want the lash line to be the darkest for more of like a soft smoky effect, and then just taking it on a pencil brush to focus that along my lash line. And just using that pencil brush, not dipping back into the shadow, just gonna run whatever is left just at the outer corner just for a soft definition. Then going into the shade here called Nostalgia. It's a really nice soft tangerine metallic shadow. We're just placing this at the inner third of our eyes here just for a little bit of highlight, and then a little bit onto my lower lash line. Then taking the brush tip eyeliner from M Cosmetics, I'm gonna use this again just to line my eyes. The same technique I did in look 1. And now to just complete the look, we're gonna be taking, of course, the Heaven's Glow blush in Persimmon. Just look how delicious the shade is. It's so beautiful. So the placement we're going to be doing, I actually saw this on TikTok, but it's from Douyin. Apparently it's really popular right now, this placement, so I already did it on this side, so I'll show you how I did it on this side. So I think that trend actually works with liquid blush, but I'm a powder blush kind of girl. I'm putting a little bit here at the outer corner of my eyes. This is going to just give more orangeness to the eyes. It's a little bit more tangerine compared to the Faded Clementine eyeshadows. And then she also put some right at the temples, kind of similar to the first look. Like this is where I usually would apply a highlighter, but I think definitely with Cherub you'd see more of that highlighter aspect, whereas this one you have a softer kind of highlight to it. It's not as intense. So I am just applying this all over here, and I like to bring it a little bit to the center of my face, but you can see like under my cheekbone is over here, so we are focusing it really high, and it is just going to lift our face. And then she also does apply it on her nose, which love that as well. And then she puts some on the chin. So this is something I've never done before, like putting blush on my chin, but I don't know, what do you guys think? It's definitely different. But lastly, onto the lips, I'm taking the Lip Cloud liquid lipstick from M Cosmetics in the shade Faded Clementine. I'm gonna be doing pretty much what I did in the first look, where I just apply a little and then I like to just smooth it out, blot it out with my finger. Alright, so here we have the persimmon look completed. I absolutely love how it turned out. You guys know how much I love a good old warm tone look, but I thought I would show you guys some comparisons and what all the blushes look like all together as 7. And as you can see, they are all different from each other, and I will put some side-by-side comparisons here. Cherub is definitely a little bit more unique. They don't have such like a bright pink shade, whereas Persimmon, you can compare it to Faded Clementine, but even when you swatch it, you can just see that Persimmon is much brighter, more tangerine, whereas Faded Clementine definitely has more of a bronzy aspect. So those were my 2 looks using the Heirloom collection. Which one was your favorite, Cherub or Persimmon? I love both. I think they definitely do give off a different vibe, and you can see them compared to some of their other Heaven's Glow blushes. They are really different. So again, these are limited editions, so grab them while you can. They're absolutely stunning, perfect for the spring and summer, but also just all year round. I will be wearing these all year round. And just a big thank you to M Cosmetics for working with me on today's video. I had so much fun creating this, and I was so inspired, like always, whether the video is sponsored or not. Every collection they do, I'm always just so inspired by them. So thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in my next video. Bye!